Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be just a really basic light makeup, natural makeup. It's to be suitable for school, for anything where you're really not in the mood for a lot of makeup, good for summertime. And yeah, I'm actually just going to a work event and I don't feel like putting on a full face of makeup. It's just a product knowledge night, it's not like a party or anything, so I'm not really in the mood to do all out makeup. Although I am going to be wearing foundation, I just don't want to be super duper like full coverage, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start off with my Benefit That Girl primer, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of this all over my face. I've had this for like a really long time, but I stopped using it because when I first got it I was breaking out, and I thought it was because of this, but I really have heard really good things about this, so I wanted to give it another go just to make sure that it wasn't this primer, and so far so good. My skin's actually been really nice apart from these couple pimples here. I got them from my Estee Lauder Double Wear. So that foundation breaks me out sometimes and doesn't break me out other times. It's really bizarre. Now with foundation I'm going to be mixing two together. I'm going to be mixing together my Benefit Hello Flawless. This is in the colour Ivory, I'm Pure For Sure. This is the lightest shade in my opinion. I know they have another ivory shade, but I think this one is lighter. And then I'm going to be mixing it with a white foundation. This is by Stargazer. I'm still in the process of trying this. I've only used it once, so I can't really review it, but it's a really thick foundation. If you can see in there, like really thick. It's got a little spatula, so I just get a little bit of that out and then I mix that in with my foundation just to bring it closer to my natural skin tone. And yeah, it does work, but it's really thick, so it changes the consistency of my foundation, so I don't really know how I feel about it yet. So there you go, you can see that's the colour there before, and then when I mix it in, it just starts to ever so slightly lighten it. Then you can just add more and more until you get your desired lightness, which for me is a lot of foundation because I am very fair. How have you guys been? I feel like I haven't filmed one of these videos in a really long time. See what I mean? Normally this foundation goes on so like thin, and then with this white foundation it goes on quite thickly. If you guys know a really nice thin white foundation, I'd love to know. But I'm good. As always, uni is stressful. I have 4 assignments due next week and I haven't started any of them. So pray for me. It still does look like the Hello Flawless on my skin though. It just doesn't apply the same, which is really weird. I feel like it almost gave it a little bit more coverage to that white foundation. You can see it's basically on point for my natural skin. It just gets rid of the redness in it. But I'm so close to finishing. Like I've literally only got 1 more week of uni, and then I've got 5 weeks of practicum and 2 weeks break, and then I'm finished. Apart from one day when I have to go in and do a presentation, and then I'm done for the rest of my life basically, because I don't plan on studying again. Which some people think that, you know, everybody says that, but honestly I hate uni, never do it again. So I think that actually looks great. I'm not going to bother putting any more coverage onto my face, no blemish coverage, under eye coverage. I think it actually looks really nice and fresh, so I'm just going to top it off with a little bit of my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. I don't use this for a setting powder. If I'm going to be wearing it for a long time, if I am, I'll use a translucent powder and then this, because this can't hold off oil for an extended period of time, if that makes sense. But because I'm only wearing this makeup for like 4 to 5 hours, it's just like the perfect amount of, you know, powderness. Doesn't even make sense. If you're wondering why I'm talking quietly, it's because everybody in my house is sick. Not me, thankfully, but I just don't want to be too loud and disruptive. I'm not sad or anything, because people normally think that I'm sad when I talk quiet, but I'm fine, don't worry. Whenever I'm wearing a natural makeup, I really love to do bronzer. I feel like that just adds to the whole natural. I've got, you know, like bronze cheeks because I'm been in the sun kind of effect, if you know what I mean. It just makes it look more natural rather than a blush. So I'm going to go for my MAC Aphrodite's Shell. This was limited edition, but your favourite bronzer is always really awesome for a natural makeup, and I'm just kind of applying it more as a blush. It's just kind of sweeping it in between bronzer and highlighter area. Got way too much, but that's alright, I'll buff it out a little bit. Corpu and I used U-Shot for the first time a couple weeks ago, or last week or the week before, I don't know. And it worked really well, so I'm going to start using U-Shot for myself. I've done it with other people, but I've never actually been in charge of the U-Shot, so now I know how it works. I think I'll start using it for makeup and stuff, so I'm very excited, yet very worried for my poor wallet. Even though I am doing natural makeup, I'm going to be applying a little bit of highlighter. I wasn't going to use this brush, but here it is. This is my small tapered face brush by XOBeauty. I don't know if you can see, but it was like squashed in my makeup bag, so it's like a little bit munted. Anyway, I'm just going to use my Lightscapade on my tops of my cheekbones. And after the meetup on the weekend, which by the way, thank you to everybody who came. I didn't expect so many people to know who I was and want to take photos with me, so it was literally just such an awesome experience. I was like buzzing for like the entire weekend. I couldn't even believe it. But honestly, thank you guys so much. It means so much to me. Check out my Instagram. I'll put a link down below if you want to see some of the photos that I took with some of you guys. But the whole point of this coming up was the fact that somebody was wearing gold. Like, I asked quite a few people what their highlighter was, yeah, that they were wearing on their cheeks, and it was always soft and gentle. So I was like, okay, I need soft and gentle, and apparently I'm just trying to look like a disco ball today, but that's cool. I'm just going to put a little bit over the centre of my forehead just because I can, and I'm already going OTT, so why not? Down the bridge of the nose. Okay. Whoa! Somehow managed to get a brush here. It fell from here down my nose onto my lip as I was brushing down onto my chin, back up to my cupid's bow, and then into my mouth. I think it's gone, hopefully, otherwise I've swallowed it. No, there it is. It was on my lip. Can you see it on my finger? It's like a lucky brush here. I should keep it forever. I almost forgot to do my brows. I'm just going to put a little bit of my Gimme Brow through in medium to deep or medium to dark. Now you can see what it looks like with and without, because I know people have been asking me quite often actually what it looks like by itself. So here we go. I really love using this for natural days. It just defines my brow, kind of gets rid of any makeup that got in there, and it just gives me a little colour boost as well, which is awesome. Dark is quite dark though, like if I swatch it, it's pretty dark, so just do bear that in mind if you're going to go buy it. I'd only recommend dark if your eyebrow hairs are naturally pretty dark. I keep thinking that the reel is nearly dried out, then it keeps coming back from the dead. This is my first tube other than my sample tube, so if that's any consolation. It's a little bit expensive, but really compared to other New Zealand mascaras it's really not that expensive. This has lasted me like well over 6 months, and I have a backup. I can't wait to open it. I love opening backups. I very rarely do it, but when I do, it's very exciting. I'm also still on my first professional actually. I know I use that almost every day. I would have used it today, but somehow I forgot about it. And I'm still using Revitalash, by the way. I just don't use it every single day because my lashes are kind of like at a really nice length right now. I'd love them to keep growing, but I also don't want to run out of my Revitalash. So once you've got the results that you want, people ask me this all the time, if you stop using your lashes will eventually, once the cycle goes through, will go back to normal length, like your natural length. But if you just keep upkeeping it every couple of days, or every second day, every third day, whatever, twice a week, they'll just stay at the same length. You'll keep supplementing the growth at the same length, if that makes sense. So now for lips, I'm going to go ahead and use my Posy Tint. This is a really awesome natural product. I'd say that recently I've been using Posy Tint the most, whereas like my actual favourite is Lolly Tint, but Posy Tint is just such a pretty, like, bright yet natural pink. It looks really natural when it's actually on the lips, but if you build it you can get it to be really nice and bright. So I kind of just pop some on my lips messily and then just rub it in with my fingers. This does stain the skin, so I'd recommend using a Q-tip or a cotton bud. I was like, what do we call it in New Zealand? Not a Q-tip. Cotton bud. But I don't really care. I'll just have like one random pink finger. It's not so bad with this one, but like with Cha Cha tint you have like a big orange finger. That just gives you a really subtle pink tint. I love like lip stains, so if you have any other lip stain recommendations that are more inexpensive, I definitely love to know, because they're like one of my favourite products when I'm doing really natural makeup, because it looks like I've got something on my lips but really I've just got lip balm with a lip stain underneath. So that's absolutely everything for today's natural makeup Chatty get ready with me type video. Don't even know what I just filmed. Chatty get ready with me natural styles. Okay, so I'm in a hurry. I think I'm actually running late. I need to go and pick up like 4 people and take them to the work thing, so hopefully I'll be in time. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much. That was really weird. I'm just gonna head out. I hope that you all enjoyed. I think I said that like 5 times, but again, thanks for watching and I will see you all next time. Bye.